All right, all right. Let's go ahead and check out some examples here with some of those postulates that we just learned about. And with our first one here, you'll notice it's pretty much a word problem. And whenever I face these, I recommend trying to draw some type of image or picture to better understand what they're asking us here. So suppose M is between L and N. So we're talking about points here. So L, M, N, kind of like how the alphabet goes. So we'll write that here. L, M, and N. There's our points. Cool. Satisfied that first sentence. If L, M equals 7y plus 9, so from here to here is 7y plus 9. And so we satisfied that guy. M to N is 3y plus 4. Satisfied that part as well. And then the whole business here from L to N is 143. So I guess you could kind of write that as like a big bracket here if you wanted to. Is 143. Solve for y, then find both lengths. So keep in mind here, when we find y, we're not done. We need to go back and then find out what each section of this line measures here. So let's go ahead and write this equation. And we should have pretty much adding these two lines together as the addition postulate there. A equals 143. So I kind of ran out of room because I drew so much. So just kind of go ahead and write it on the side here. 7y plus 9 plus 3y plus 4, all this business here, equals 143. Let's go ahead and first combine like terms. Notice we have a 7y and a 3y together. Hopefully you're thinking 10y. And then we have a positive 9 and a positive 4. Together that would equal positive 13. And again, that equals the 143 here. And then we are down to a two-step equation. Not too terrible. Subtract 13 on each side, leaving me with 130 equals 10y. Lastly, divide each side by 10, and we should find out that y equals 13. So we got that there. Sorry that got all kind of crammed in there. Anyhow, now let's go ahead and finish out. We do need to get calculators out very shortly, as this will expedite the process in solving these equations. So here I can see that I'm going to be multiplying that y value, 13, by 7. So let's go ahead and substitute that in. 7 times 13 plus 9. And notice how I put that in the parentheses. Whenever you're substituting in a variable for whatever that number is, especially when you're using one of these calculators, use these parenthesis keys. Anyhow, enter will give you equals. Looks like L to M would be 100, which MN should be 43 then, but let's just double check. 3 times 13, so 3, open parenthesis, 13, close parenthesis, plus 4. And we do get 43, it checks. Good deal. All right, let's move on to our next example. Congruent segments are segments that have the same, guessing length here. Let me just double check. And you got it, length. All right. And let's also put the symbol for congruent is the equals with a wave on top. That is, and sorry, that probably, I need to sharpen my pencil here, but that's the idea. You'll get used to seeing that. Sorry, my first one's kind of, anyhow, I'm not an artist by any means. So that means is congruent to. Is congruent to, and real quick, what's that word congruent mean? And if you want to write equal, that's kind of a simpler term there for congruent. And you just need one of these. Sorry, my first one was just kind of sloppy. I was not proud of that congruent sign. And let's go ahead and jump down to our next example. We're almost done. We got 2 more examples here today, guys. And Plot the points A, B, C, and D. A is 0, 1. So that means I'm not going to go left or right. I'm just going to go straight up 1. There's A. And B is negative 5, 1. So it's to the left 5, up 1. There's B. C, to the right 4, up 2. There's C. And D, 4, negative 3. To the right 4, down 3. That's point D. All right. Find the lengths of line segment AB and CD. These probably should have the little segment on top. Be a little more precise. Anyhow, do the segments have the same length? So let's go ahead and really we're just measuring the units here from, looks like negative 5 to 0. Line segment AB equals 5. And from 2 to a negative 3 is also 5. So line segment CD is also 5. And this is where we're going to use our new congruent symbol. We're just going to write that AB is congruent to CD. And now look at, we're writing like sentences using all these notations and symbols here. So this is saying line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD. Man, I don't know. To me, it's like, wow, I used a dozen words, but there's just like symbols and letters here. So it does kind of speak sentences though when you end up starting to put all this stuff together. All right, good job. Let's go down to our last example, guys. I would recommend again drawing a picture if possible. Point B is between A and C. So let's go ahead and write that. Point A, B, and C. If AB is x plus 3, there we go. BC is 2x plus 1. And AC, the whole distance, equals 10. Find AB and BC and determine whether AB and BC are congruent. So let's go ahead and set this all up. So we're pretty much adding these sections together and to equal that, whole length there. So let's go ahead and write that out. X plus 3 plus 2x plus 1 equals 10. And before we start adding and subtracting stuff, let's go ahead and combine like terms. We notice we have an x and 2x. That'll be 3x. I have a positive 3 and a positive 1. Give me a positive 4. And I still have an equals 10 on the other side. Now we're down to a two-step equation. Subtract 4 on each side. I like to box these out when I have a zero pair. That way I know that I've used those terms and I can kind of move on. 3x. And lastly, we'll divide each side by 3. And we find out that x equals 2. And again, we're not done yet. We need to now go ahead and substitute this information in over here and see what this all equates to. I can kind of do mental math here. The other one, it was nice that I did have a calculator though, but yeah, we can kind of see, okay, if I plug in 2 plus 3 equals 5. So line AB is going to equal 5. Now line BC, if we substitute in 2, we get 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is also 5. So we end up with congruent segments here. I know I did not draw them that way, so please do not, be deceived by also other drawings. If there is a picture given to you, 9 out of 10 times the picture is messed up and it really doesn't relate truly to the problem. So always make sure that you're doing the math, and that's what's going to give us the truth or the false behind our statements here. So anyhow, going forth, let's go ahead and finish out. Line segment AB is congruent to line segment BC. There we go. All right, guys, great job.